Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. This CEO's statements are more important than he thinks they are. And this is the CEO of Anheuser-Busch, the Bud Light, the CEO, who unfortunately is not in the business of just selling beer, providing a product to whomever wants to buy it. No, it's about promoting a certain kind of ideology. And I'm not saying he can't do that. He can do it. That's his choice. There are going to be good consequences and bad consequences. And you have to live with them and don't cry like a female dog after that. The problem is this guy does not understand that by doing what he's doing, he's going to promote and he's going to speed up a breakup of not my house, if you know what I mean. And our enemies are waiting for that. That means we're going to have two distinct countries in one country. One with certain values, one with other values. And the businesses will also get segregated according to those values. Doesn't sound like bigger than supporting LGBTQ community, as this guy says, that he is going to continue. His company is going to continue to support the LGBTQ community. Well, that's not the business you are in. But hey, you can do that. NBC News, right? So, Anheuser-Busch CEO says his company will continue to support the LGBTQ company. Imagine someone else coming and saying, you know what, I support the heterosexual community. Do you think that NBC News would write this kind of article that I already looked into? So, Bud Light hired transgender influencer Dylan Melbabi as a spokesperson, setting off a backlash that brand is still struggling to contain. Well, okay, you can do whatever you want, it's your decision. So this guy says that we'll continue to support the LGBTQ community despite backlash over the Bud Light advertising campaign featuring a transgender influencer that has simmered for nearly 3 months. CEO Brendan Dickworth said Wednesday, Bud Light should be, and I'm quoting, all about bringing people together. No, Bud Light should be selling our beer to whomever wants to buy it. And make a good beer. That's all about it. Make a good beer. It's not about bringing people together. You are in the wrong. It's a community organizer. It's a wrong business, Bud Light CEO, or whatever you want to call that. You're not in the right business. He told CBS Morning. Now, NBC doesn't call this stupidity out. No, obviously. They are all for it. So be it. They're going to have their media. We're going to have our media. And I'm quoting this guy. I think the conversation surrounding Bud Light has moved away from beer. Shit! Really? So you're not an idiot. And the conversation has become divisive. Who initiated? The guys who decided to do something that, you can do. But you're not in that business. Dickworth said. And Bud Light really doesn't belong there. No, you don't belong there. But your actions just dragged you there. You dragged yourself into it. So anyway, Dickworth sidestepped a question about whether the Mulvaney campaign was a mistake. And I'm quoting, there's a big social conversation taking place right now that you should not be involved in. You make a good beer, people buy it. You make a piss beer, people don't buy it. That's all you need to do. You advertising? Okay, that's a different department. And big brands are right in the middle of it. No, people who choose to get involved in an ideological war, cultural war on this country. If they choose to do it, yes, they're going to be right in the middle of it. What do you expect? The other side just to lay down and die? Yes, that's exactly what they think. They call you names, they do all these kind of articles like this, they call you knuckle draggers and all that. He said, it's happening in retail, happening in fast food. And so far, And so for us, what we need to understand, let's see, deeply understand and appreciate is the consumer and what they want. A good beer. That's all we want. Now go and make it. What they care about and what they expect from big brands. Good product, not BS, ideological BS, so on. So anyway, Bud Light lost its top spot in the US beer maker to Modelo. Mexico. Good job. So yeah, good job. Last month, and sales lagged following the uproar over its partnership with this person. The hit to AB in Bev business marks one of the few times in recent years that online backlash has led to a notable and sustained slump for a major brand. Because people are fed up. Don't you understand that? No, they don't understand. They want to push further. Why? Because they think they're right. And if you think you're right, you're going to go and face the lions. And you're going to be eaten. That's the conclusion. So yes, this is the first time. Did you see those protests in California? Did you see protests all over at angry parents at those little school board meetings? People are fed up. Do you get it? Back off. Go and your mouth in your bedrooms. Do whatever you want. Pretend you're whomever you want. But don't expect me to say, oh, courageous. Really. Anyway, it's gonna get to this, and the big picture will be this: people are segregating based on these ideologies. I read an article a few minutes ago, I don't know, an hour ago or so, where they said that a lot of people are migrating in the south of the United States of America, which becomes more prosperous to the north, or the liberal states, due to their stupid or non-economic measures. They're going to raise taxes. They're going to give money to they're called assistance and programs. Okay, yeah. So those guys say, hey, why should I be here? The person is going to be taxed like shit. Take my shit, sell my properties, and bye-bye, see you, never. And go somewhere else where it's better. And you go over there among people that share your values. And this guy's going to stay over there and share their values. The problem is going to be ending up like it was in Romania. I'm going to give you this short example. Over there you have a centralized government, like here kind of. You have states here. It's a federal government here, and then you have the states, independent states, and the union, tra-la-la, boo-boo-boo. It's a little bit trickier. In Romania it's different. You have the central government in Bucharest, and those guys over there, okay, they get the money from the country. It's like, for instance, here in a state, let's say, I don't know, New York. And in New York, let's say, I think Albany is the capital of New York, if I remember correctly. So the state of New York has Albany, and Albany is supposed to gets all the revenue, and they create the programs, they give the money for this, and so on. That's how it is. And sometimes they have a community here that gets less money, another community gets more money. They plan all this. Well, and this community will be obviously upset they didn't get this money, even though maybe that community provided the most money. Now, this is what happened in Transylvania at one point, and I think it still happens right now, when you had Bucharest getting all the money, obviously, the central government, and distributing money to other areas of Romania where they were poorer and making less money. They were bringing less taxes, less revenue, and they were getting more money. And the guys in Transylvania felt that, hey, what is going on? We produce the most, or we produce the most out of the whole country, and we get the least back. So why should we do that? And they said, we want to separate, have it like a, how do you call it? Like the Germans have it, like the Americans have it, a federal government. And we're going to take care of our money and give you, Bucharest, a little bit, and you're going to have a poor area in Romania, a region, you have a richer one. But you can't just immigrate and go like that. So that's what's going to happen here. You're going to have a poor area, all right? But the federal government is going to help that poor area, which is, let's say, Michigan. Michigan is still good, but it's going to have higher taxes. Why? Because we have some idiots, the governor and all these guys who are just really going to this up. As they've been liberal for whatever. But nevertheless, and there's going to be a lot of people who produce money, produce business, services, and whatever they produce, they're going to be taxed as and they take their business in Texas. And these guys are going to have nobody else to tax but themselves. What are they going to do? They're going to cry to Washington, D.C., and the Washington, D.C. is going to get the taxes when they get the revenue taxes, and they're going to distribute to Michigan more than to Texas. And what do you think Texas is going to do? We're not going to send you any more anything. Oh, that's what do you mean? You have to. It's right here, written over here. Well, we're going to do a little bit of split here. Economic split, financial split. Do you think so? With all this, and it's going to... It's right there. I can see it very clearly. All right, and I've been saying this for about 5 years since not even 5 years, by maybe 3 years when I landed on this country. I was like, it's gonna be a civil war right here. The way these guys are how do you call it, fanning the fire here between groups and rich, poor, and all that, which is not it's a classless society and all that. I mean, it was so obvious coming from that country here. Say, what's going on here? These are at everybody's throat. You know, divide and conquer. The same here. So I said, my God, what's going on here? Things are right now exponential, not linear equation, exponential graph right there. I can see it. I can see it. Depends what's happening in 2 years in the elections. All right, we'll see what happens then, and then that could just trigger pop, or maybe these guys come to their senses, because like this country is going to be boom. It's already going down. That's my problem. That's why I'm right here, because I don't want this to go down. They say, well, why do you talk like that? Because I don't want it to go down. Why do you think I wanted to go down? Because I hate this country? If I would hate this country, I would celebrate it. But I don't. I can pack my shit and go to Germany. But over there is the same thing. Maybe I go to, I don't know. Can't say it. But anyway, why should I go? Why should I go somewhere else? This is a fantastic country. The problem, we have some guys that are leading it in the ground. Yeah, Bud Light. You continue like that and you're going to have other companies doing something else, and that's it. And you have to start working somehow, because these guys are not going to pay for you. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.